What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to get a date with a low interest girl. So we're going to be breaking down my old Tinder lay reports so you can see how I took a girl who's giving me one word answers and was being very low investment, how I turned it around to ultimately get the date. Alright, so this is a question we commonly get asked. It's like, Alex, I'm talking to this girl and she's just giving me one word answers. She's not being that interested. How do I turn it around and get the date? And the answer is you can't always do that. Sometimes when a girl's being low investment, it just means that she's on the app for validation. She's not interested in meeting anybody, or she's not interested in meeting you. But either way, you're not going to be able to get a date. However, there are other times when you can turn it around. And one of the things you have to look for is, does her level of interest and investment increase as the conversation proceeds, or does it constantly stay low? And if it's the latter, then that's a waste of time and you should just move on. So you're gonna see an example of how I was able to build investment with a low interest girl and get the date. This was when I was traveling through Romania. And I agree with what the Tates say about Romania. It's not as easy as a lot of people think. Like, the girls there are a little bit more conservative, they're a little bit more hesitant to meet up with a stranger, right? It's not as easy as, like, say, Southeast Asia or Colombia, right? But the girls there are pretty hot and they're also feminine, which is what I like about it, right? So it is definitely a good spot, but don't think it's going to be super easy. The chicks there really definitely play hard to get. They're not going to be just throwing themselves at you. So let's take a look at this situation. So this is a chick I was talking to, and I had, like, maybe by the time I matched with her, I had 3 or 4 more days left in Bucharest, which is the capital of Romania. So my opener is, are you in Bucharest? And the reason I said that is because I was traveling through Europe. I was in different cities and I was just losing track of which girl was in which city. So I had to make sure she was in the city where I was in. I'm not using this as some, like, masterful ultimate opener, just simply because, again, I was traveling through a lot of Europe. She says yes. I'm like, cool, just flew in 2 nights ago. She's like, from? I'm like, LA, you ever been? She's like, no. So you can see so far she's being very, very, succinct. She's giving me basically one word answers. I'm like, you're small, I can smuggle you in my suitcase. She's like, haha, we could try. I say, sounds romantic. Do you like wine? She's like, sometimes. It gets me dizzy too fast. So here I say, I'll cut you off after a few sips. So again, I established some logistics, but now it's just basic flirting. She says, promises, promises. I say, what are you looking for on here? Now, this is not a question I would recommend most guys to ask unless you have a sexual profile. So if you have a sexual bio, then you're gonna get answers like, ooh, like your bio. But if you have a very plain, non-sexual, non-polarizing bio, you're just gonna get lame answers like just friends or seeing where things go. And that's kind of the answers I was getting because I had sexual bio, so I was getting more of, like, the real truth. Like, girls would be like, oh yeah, something like what you said. So she says, tough question to be honest. So she kind of dodges the question. And okay, that's a response you get sometimes. I say, you can do it. She's like, not making plans, wherever the wave takes me. So that basically means is that she's open to pretty much anything. It depends on the guy. I say, come join me for a drink then. She's like, I don't think today is feasible. I say, solution. And she doesn't respond. So here I wait, I think maybe a day, and I re-engage, I double text her. And this is a really good message that you can use if you're traveling to a different country. So I say, ignore me like a random Romanian guy. So if I was in Poland, I would say, ignore me like a random Polish guy. If I was in Colombia, I would say, ignore me like a random Colombian guy. It doesn't really logically make sense, but it's pretty funny and you get really good response with this. She says, haha, it's not bad, life got in the way. I say, no worries, next time I'll have to spank you a little though. So again, if I didn't have a sexual bio, this would be extremely incongruent. It would just be like, whoa, out of the blue. But because I have a sexual profile, it works better. She say, you say that like it's a bad thing, right? So she's biting on, the bait that I said. And I sent her a gif of a chick being spanked. I miss the good old days. I think this was 2018 when Tinder had sexual gifs. They had BDSM gifs that you could send. Unfortunately, these are long gone. She says, yum. I say, what are you up to? She's like, just finished for the gym. Gonna go to the pool with some friends and then a barbecue. I say, getting nice and toned for our date, I see. So I like to do a lot of stuff like that. And that's basically just using the we frame and saying, oh, you're doing this for the date, right? I'm just kind of moving things forward and hinting at the fact that we're gonna be meeting up. She says, oh yes, I've been getting ready for a long time now. I say, good, we should meet after your barbecue. Now, as a side note, the reason I'm being pretty adamant about meeting that night is because simply I think I have like 2 more days left in Romania. If I was staying there for a while, I probably would have said, good, we should get together sometime soon. What's your schedule like, right? She's like, I might have something else planned. I will let you know. I say, this will be better. She's like, the other is more necessary. I say, oh, really? Dyeing my roots. So it basically means she's getting her hair dyed. I say, oh, baby. And she doesn't respond. So I think I wait a few hours and then I re-engage once again. I say, message me on WhatsApp, and I give her my number. She says, I prefer Tinder for a while. So she's just shutting me down all fronts, right? So she's like, oh, I don't want to give me my phone number. If this happened in the US, I would almost always discard it as she's a time waster, she's not looking to meet. However, Europe is a little different, other countries are a little different. So just because the girl doesn't want to exchange numbers, that's not necessarily a deal breaker for me once I'm outside the US. I say, oh geez, she's like, used to always having our way, are we? So on the good side is that even though she's still kind of playing hard to get, I'm getting more investment. So again, that goes to what I was saying earlier is if the girl's level of investment starts increasing, then she might actually be down to meet up. I say, and she doesn't respond. So then again, I wait a few hours and I say, it'd be fun to meet in 3D though. She's like, I think 4D is the thing now, you gotta keep up. I say, sounds exciting. She's like, yeah, we live in interesting times. So another important thing I wanna mention is when the girl's being low investment, you don't wanna just go over the top and start sending her paragraphs. If she's being low investment, you wanna mirror her investment and also be somewhat low investment herself. Because you don't wanna be rewarding, let's call it bad behavior. You know, you're sending her all this like, all this, oh my God, blah, blah, I can't wait to meet you, but she's just giving you one word answers. I say, so drink? She's like, I think I will go to a party tonight. I'm like, well, I tried. And this is also a pretty good text to use. If you tried several times with a girl and she's just being difficult, you just say, well, I tried. And then at that point, the girl will be like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. He did try. I should try as well. She's like, you did. I say, solution, question mark. She's like, I'm not a fan of alcohol, to be honest. So here I try, sometimes when like let's just say one strategy isn't working, you just gotta change gears and try a different one. So here I try going a lot more sexual. I say, well, we could skip the cliche small talk and go straight to the part where we smash hard. This is a text I used to use back in the day. Even though she sort of says no, this actually works in my favor because she starts investing more. So sometimes being very polarizing like that can actually work to your advantage. She says, I need to click with someone before smashing hard. There was no clicking so far. And this is the perfect message to get from her because it allows me to say, well, we haven't met yet, which is exactly what I say. She says, true, but what if we don't click? Let's have an old-fashioned dinner. Now, typically, I will never go out to dinner with a girl on the first date. There's several reasons for this. One, food makes people sleepy. And two, it's just too much of a commitment right off the bat. Like, I want the first date to be casual. And usually, I'll just outright say that. I'll be like, oh, let's do drinks instead. Here, I think I take a little bit of a different strategy. I say, only when we find out, let's do it, say 9, question mark. She's like, damn, I missed a notification. And I talked to my friend to come down my routes. Okay, so we skip dinner and meet for drinks at 11. So basically, she does for me what I was trying to do. I say, even better, we can split a bottle of wine on my super romantic patio. So I'm trying to get her straight over. She's like, I'm not a fan of going to strangers' places. Where do you live? I give her my address. If you want, we can meet at a bar nearby first, which you'll sometimes have to do. Like some chicks are just not comfortable coming straight over. It's not because they're, prudes. It's a safety thing, which I understand. So if a girl says that and it seems like a safety thing, I'll just meet her at a bar nearby. She's like, you live above the Ferrari shop? I say, yep. Okay, I will let you know when I get to the center and decide on a place to meet and then go for a drink. Around 11 it should be. So again, if I was in the US and a chick was trying to coordinate with me via the app, I would be like, she's probably gonna flake. However, girls in Europe are not flaky. They will actually show up when you make plans with them. So I'm not really worried about her flaking, even though I don't have her number. Obviously, it's more optimal if I got her number, right? But she doesn't want to give it. I say, cool, let's meet at blah, blah, blah bar. She's like, it's the street with the Greek restaurant coming from blah, 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 right? I'm like, yep, exactly. She's like, okay, I will let you know when I leave home in ETA. Sounds good. And this is a confirmation text that I use. Credit to John for that. Hopping in the shower, text went on the way. She's like, okay, maximum 21 minutes. I'm there. Perfect. I'll be the really handsome guy with the white shirt. So again, putting some flirting back in the interaction. I'll be the cute blonde dressed all in black. And she was the cute blonde in black. I'm like, perfect, here, 5 minutes. And then we meet at I think it was a bar or an outdoor venue, and we have a drink, I would think, we were there for like an hour. And one thing I noticed in Romania, girls aren't really big on public displays of affection. So there was a lot of sexual tension, we were flirting, we were vibing, but whenever I would try to touch her, she would kind of pull back. And I sensed that it wasn't because, she wasn't interested in me physically. No, it was just she was worried about someone seeing. So then I kind of backed off on the physical escalation, focused on the verbal escalation, then invited her straight back to my place, and she was super down. And we got home and we just basically started having sex within like 30 seconds of walking in. So afterwards I texted her, that was fun, and she says yes with a smiley face. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you take a low investment girl and get a date. All right, hope you guys found this video valuable and shows that you're not a flaky, low interest girl by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, and clicking the bell for notification. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.